Okie dokie. Joe Ross. What the fuck did we just watch?
Fucking clue, that was intense.
So, we just watched the 1995 film Harry and the Hendersons, starring John Lithgow.
And Harry, obviously, the Henderson.
And yes, Harry No, Harry's not a Henderson. Harry is a Sasquatch, but he gets accepted as part of the family, basically.
He's dominance as a Henderson with a dog.
So, for the sake of this assignment, we have to go through the plot, and I feel like I don't know where to start with this film though. It's
have you sort of written your stuff like sort of sequential?
Yeah. So we've got it all in order here, and we'll basically just try and go through the film as quickly as possible. The plot.
They're sort of like driving back from, I think, some sort of summer camp. They've been somewhere nice as a family, whatnot. And typically, George's wife has said, slow down, George, and he just doesn't listen to her.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to his wife the whole film.
Yeah. She's so dismissive. And he's talking some smack to the children, and he hits a fucking Sasquatch.
Out of nowhere, he's hit a big Sasquatch. And this is really where the film starts.
Yeah.
And the whole ordeal goes down, and after this, it's just kind of, it gets a bit crazy. So they hit the Sasquatch. They chuck him on the boot, and they think he's dead. And at the start of the film, like, George is really intent on just killing the thing. He just wants it.
Yeah, so does the child.
Yeah. So we should probably go through the characters as well.
Yeah.
So there's the Hendersons is a family of what? There's four. Yep. Yeah. We've got two children. One is like a teenager girl, basically like
14, 15.
Yeah, biggest cliche of a teenager you'll probably see. Yeah, she's just angsty the whole time, and like just the whole film she really offers nothing besides sarcastic comments. The whole wrath of a teenager. But yeah, and there's a little kid called
Ernie.
Yeah. And he looks like an Ernie. And he essentially wants to kill Harry at the start of the film as well. He's a violent kid.
He's very violent. I have here what is it? Weird kid loves gore, violence, extremely violent. This progresses because of his interest in the gun. That's how they hit Harry the Henderson. Well, when you say the Sasquatch, Bigfoot. He was telling little Ernie here not to touch the gun, and he wasn't watching the road, and obviously drove too fast and hit Harry.
Yep.
And
poor old Harry.
Poor little Harry.
Anyway, essentially Harry gets taken back to the house. They just keep him there for some reason. I'm not really sure why. And he wakes up.
To the top of the car, and
he wakes up and raids the house pretty much, and is eating everything in the fridge.
Yeah. And
you realise very early on that Harry's actually quite a kind creature.
Yeah.
He is. He's a pescatarian for some reason. He only eats fish. He doesn't enjoy any meat that can be found on the land, I feel. It's a seafood diet.
Yeah, he loves fish burgers.
Just never really explained.
Chocolate shakes.
But yeah, they learn very early on that Harry's a docile creature.
Yeah.
And that he's really...
He first appears quite strikingly aggressive because he's just so big, but then they realise that he's just...
Okay, yeah. So Harry's a very like kind of docile creature. And yeah, you learn very early on that he means no real harm to animals, especially because he's got a real affinity for animals, it seems. And he walks around the house and he sees all these murdered deer and stuff
all the trophy kills.
all the trophy kills.
He's quite confused because there was no back to the head of the deer.
And when George sees this, he kind of laxes up on Harry a bit. He decides that he doesn't want to kill him.
Yeah, he actually sees him through the scope of a gun.
Yeah.
Holding a taxidermied animal.
Yeah, and Harry gives him this fucking big goofy grin. Yeah. The Sasquatch just...
What are you killing animals for, guys?
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't kill animals. And then Harry walks outside and starts digging a big old hole. They're like, what is he doing? And then he buries the dead animal in there.
We see he's a sweet creature.
Yeah.
And
sort of an anti-hunting message.
Well, saying before, you got to take into account. Like I'll put a picture up of old Harry on the
Yeah.
YouTube video,
With the
because
scope.
he's got a really goofy face.
He does.
Like, the whole film, like, he's just making these kind of, like, faces.
It's like a dumbfounded.
Yeah, exactly. He's constantly just
yeah.
dumbfounded, sometimes quite seedy.
Yeah. Well, like a lot of the time he doesn't actually know what is going on. Like that scene where he was by the highway. And
yeah.
he just saw these cars going past, and he just like was really confused.
Yeah.
And he was also sort of confused by the television at first until he realised it was just like a load of fun.
There are some strong morals in the film we've
Yeah.
discussed as well. So it's got a huge anti-hunting message.
Yeah. I feel like it sort of jumps from message to message.
Yeah.
So it's not very
There's a lot in it,
consistent.
which is why it did win 3 Oscars.
Yeah.
As we all know.
Nominated for Further Fun.
What else have we got here? Harry's Pescatore. Oh yeah, so we also find out very early that there's a hunter going after the Sasquatch, and he gets trophy kills.
Jacques Lefleur.
And his name is Jacques Lefleur,
Jacques Lefleur.
who appears to just be an American playing a Frenchman with a really terrible French accent.
Yeah.
Like
Beret.
I think I have it down here. He calls him a big ugly beast at the start of the film. And we also learn very quickly that Jacques not a fan of the Bigfoot. He wants the Bigfoot for pride's sake. He wants to be the one that kills the Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, the first thing I wrote about Jacques before he had even said anything was Harry
Yeah.
has a stalker. French wears beret.
Weird French stalker. Yeah,
French
he wears beret.
before wears beret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joe actually assumed he was French before we
He
heard him
didn't
speak,
say
just because he's
anything,
wearing a beret.
So it's
And he
very
was in fact
suggestive.
French.
Yeah.
So a little stereotypical
He
Frenchman.
also sniffed the hair.
Yeah, he's a bit of a
freak.
freak.
And then he also put the hair in his mouth.
His name's also Jacques Lefleur, which is one of the most stereotypical French names I think you could
He later
come up
refers
with.
to sell the hair.
Yeah, he sells the hair to this doctor fella,
Yeah.
but he's become really like not keen on killing the Bigfoot.
No, he's
and
quite
he wants to protect it.
stingy about the hair.
He is.
Obviously,
Doesn't give a lot of money for
like
it.
pre-licked hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
Oh yeah, he licked
choice.
the hair. Yeah, Jacques licked the hair himself. He's a creep basically.
It's an odd choice of trying to sell the hair.
I like how Americans always kind of like they can never cast an American as the villain as well. It always has to be some like
Yeah.
sneaky like foreign person who's kind of going around like
they've snuck into the
yeah
country.
yeah.
Black plane.
I don't know what a Frenchman has any interest with like fucking Bigfoot. I don't
Yeah.
really know. That's why they put that in there.
Of
But
interest for a young French boy to
yeah,
grow up
to grow up with. I don't know how he
Yeah.
came to America. That's never really explained. But he's just a French hunter.
a
If you
protected aircraft.
if you
just
can
flew
believe
in
that.
and just flew in to try and attack the Bigfoot.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the plot line. So basically, there's a Frenchman hunting Bigfoot.
Yeah, he hasn't
And-
gotten very far though. He's
Yeah.
still in the woods, and Bigfoot is currently in the house. He's right in the
He's
house.
with the family. He's with the
He's
Hendersons.
he's quite destructive. He's exploring the house. He doesn't really know what's going on. The Hendersons are like in hysteric mode. They don't know what to do because they're like, oh, we thought we killed it. So they're all like gathered together trying to suss out what to do. And they will go outside, which is when Harry buries
Yeah.
the dead animal. What happens after that?
Where you at?
I've got here Bigfoot eats a goldfish.
Oh yeah, that's when we find out he's a pescatarian.
Yeah.
Because he's eating plants and goldfish, but he has a affinity towards land-based animals.
Yeah.
He has a
Yeah.
bond with them.
I guess it's just because he's been...
Because
in the
he's
wilderness,
that's himself. He's getting hunted. It's a very
Yeah.
deep film.
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna. What else do I have here?
So then the naive Irene, as I like to call her.
Oh yeah, we forgot about naive Irene.
Yeah, she just rocks up. This is after he's eaten the goldfish. The Hendersons are faced with a pushy neighbour, possibly finding compassionate Bigfoot. Oh, before this, George has called the police and said there's a Bigfoot in my house and I don't know what to do about it. And he's sweating and he's really, really stressed out about it. And obviously he's made it sound really suspicious and obviously quite made up. But the police don't believe him. And then he's quite concerned about pushy, naive Irene finding possibly compassionate Bigfoot, which
'Cause-
I found a bit...
Because Irene's a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, she seems like the
she's just like a
neighborhood
really
good
like Snoopy, like classic
Yeah.
neighbor who's just like
She'd tell everyone.
yeah, she'd tell everyone, and she kind of just really suspicious. She smells everything. She's like, "What's that smell?" And then you
Yeah.
actually see Bigfoot's hand because they've hidden Bigfoot in the basement from Irene. You see Bigfoot's hand come
Yeah.
out and they tell her it's a gerbil, and she just thinks nothing of it. It's a hairy hand. There's no,
like, okay,
you see it clear as day.
Yeah.
And
it's a huge hand with hair on the knuckles.
And Irene just goes, "Look, I'm not as snoopy as I once seemed. I'm just going to accept that fucking bullshit."
I think maybe she's just acting like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Irene's smarter than we think.
I don't know. She's just surface naive.
But anyway, Bigfoot, he offers the family like a lot of hijinks. They get to know him a little bit, but he keeps on kind of running away, and because John Lithgow's character George tries to take him to into the police or National Geographic or some shit to like get himself on magazine covers, but then they decide against it because his little fucking kid Ernie. Ernie, he looks like an Ernie. He cries, and like he's just like, oh, my kid loves Bigfoot. What am I gonna do?
And he's sort of like found a bit of compassion for Bigfoot through his family morals, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. He thinks about he's a family man, and he in the end kind of starts to love Bigfoot, but then Bigfoot starts getting sighted. People seeing Harry all over the place. And the secret's kind of out, and Jacques Lefleur is on the case. He's snooping closer. He comes to their house. He asks about the Bigfoot, and I think then it leads up to someone sees him and calls the police, and there's just multiple sightings now. And so
the police are like, okay, we're going to see what's going on with this huge hairy man sighted around the neighborhood.
So basically, it's accepted that Bigfoot's no longer a myth, that he's a real thing, and
well,
people...
it's been speculated. People say they've seen him around, especially this one dude, the cyclist with the stupid helmet.
And that's a big changer in the film because there's a cyclist who says he's seen Bigfoot and says he was this big scary kind of thing, and then John Lithgow hears this report. He's at the news report for some reason. He's at the scene of the crime, and he kind of tells him, no, Bigfoot's a lovely creature. He's a fucking vegetarian, he says, which is wrong. He's a pescatarian. Yeah, but that's okay. We'll forgive that. And he says, that's true, isn't it? That you were just cycling along and you saw Bigfoot and you got scared and you fell off your bike. And he goes, it is true.
Yeah,
and so now
it's like in front of live TV.
Yeah. And so now they know, the media know that John Lithgow knows something about Bigfoot. Yeah. And they want to know what he knows. And this leads into like a big like manhunt for Bigfoot because Bigfoot's just run away. He's just like running all over the place, like
he's
fucking
just going crazy,
causing havoc.
What I found funny about one of his sighting scenes is where he was watching the lady cook the chicken.
Oh yeah.
And when he like she cooked the chicken in the pot with the stock.
At the same time, like two old people
were getting
into a spa, and he was very conflicted. He didn't know what was happening.
Constantly dumbfounded by
what are these humans?
Yeah, what do they do? What are they?
Anyway, like Bigfoot's on the run, and there, everyone's called to arms. The police are looking for him. Jacques Lefleur is on the case.
Yeah, he's just like out to get Bigfoot. I don't know why. Yeah, it was never explained, but
he just hates Bigfoot. He just maybe in a past life he had a run-in with Bigfoot that didn't go so well. I don't want to speculate. Yeah. But Jacques Lefleur fucking hates Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He despises...
Bigfoot has stumbled upon a electronics store and seen TVs with John Lithgow.
I can't just keep calling him John Lithgow. Yeah, George Henderson's the character's name, but it's John Lithgow. Yeah. It's hard to get out of your head that John Lithgow's formed a relationship with
you just see him as
fucking Sasquatch, but he sees George on the TV, and
for some reason pulling the TVs out of the store and keeps walking away,
psycho.
Pulling the cord out. And the police rock up because he's obviously set off an alarm, and he for some reason just throws the TV.
Yeah, he throws the TV at the cop car.
Which is rather hectic. I found it was a bit hectic.
Anyway, so now there's a big goose chase going on for Harry, and he's just running all over the place. And like there are hunters, policemen, all trying to get him. Jacques Lefleur again is on the case.
Yeah, it's just a wild goose chase.
And Harry's trying to find. George is trying to find Harry to try and save him as well. And
he keeps doing this strange like Sasquatch call where he makes a strange face.
Yeah, and kind of calls out the Sasquatch. Yeah. But like Harry just doesn't hear it. And in the end, Jacques actually goes face to face with Harry, and they're in a dumpster. And Harry kind of knocks Jacques out, but they're still in the back of this garbage truck that John Lithgow finds, so he's now driving away. And I think Jacques just gets thrown out, and then regains consciousness later, and again is on the hunt. So there's like two hunts for Bigfoot by Jacques, basically.
Yeah,
I think it was a bit. The first one was a bit superfluous. Yeah. But anyway, so Harry's back at home. They clean him up. There's some beautiful montage scenes where the family's just having a good time with Harry again.
Yeah.
They're a family now. Like, Harry's part of the family. Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah. But then he finds a whole closet full of taxidermy, which they've stored.
Oh, yeah. And he's not happy about that.
He's rather upset.
No, that was a really sad scene, actually. I got pretty emotional when he found the deer head and all the other pelts and stuff. And
because, if animals had homes, and we stumbled upon one and saw it was full of dead people.
Yeah, exactly.
Concerned,
You'd be like, he chills with those things in the wild.
Yeah.
They're his boys, basically. Like, yeah.
Them, you know?
And so he buries them. And like, for some reason, you know, he's picked up the idea of burying animals. He's an intelligent being. Yeah. He's a sentient being.
Yeah.
And you tell that he's intelligent throughout the film as well, because he does little things, like he fucking loses it while watching the Addams Family. Bless you.
Thank you, my friend.
He finds the Addams Family really funny, I think.
Yeah. And that one where they threw something at someone's face. It was like a yogurt or something.
Yeah. He starts getting humour, basically.
Yeah. And a lot of mimicry. He mimics
he's big on mimicry.
and actions. And
and in the end, when they're actually running away from Jacques, he mimics a siren sound to get away.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
It's very smart.
It's pretty quick thinking.
He had actually sort of adapted.
Well, because he'd heard all those police sirens and he thought, I can fucking do that. I'm a fucking Yeti, bitch. Police Academy. Yeah, the same actor, actually, who was in Police Academy 5.
Yeah,
voices Harry, which is a true fact.
Fact
in the end, they chase Harry to the forest, and Jacques Lefleur this time has kind of found him. Like, they're hot on the case, and they're trying to say goodbye to Harry in the forest because they've gotten away from Jacques Lefleur, like, briefly. And then the car starts coming. And this is when the film...
No. Naive Irene is still naive.
We've got about... Yeah, okay, so...
She comes and she sees the whole... Because they bathed Harry, the Henderson, in the pool. And
that's a weird part of the film as well, actually.
Yeah, it's
We've got about that.
extremely dirty.
That there's like a pool cleaner that just like is cleaning all this huge hair out of it, and he just thinks it's a cat. Like he's just convinced that like it's been someone else's cat in there, and it's just like this like 3 meter long clump of hair. It's really a lot of the film's like really inexplicable.
It was odd,
which is funny that we chose to do a podcast. Some of it.
Then like Jacques is stealing flowers. And Bigfoot has stolen flowers.
Oh yeah, because he eats angsty teenagers' corsage at the start of the film. But when he starts to see his actions and he gets a bit more intelligent, he sees that like eating her corsage was a wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
And so he gets her a big ass corsage out of Naive Irene's flowers, which was really a comeuppance in the film.
It was.
I feel
that's
we all
what you get for being so dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Naive Irene.
Yeah.
So Irene's a
but
bitch.
she's gotten a bit pissed off because then she had like one flower left and the little French stalker stole it.
Yeah, so that's right.
He was gonna go in there and lure Harry out with
a flower. That's
right. She caught him and then saw Harry in the window and fainted.
Just passed the fuck out.
And then
even though she'd already seen his hand.
But then there's they're on the run again for some reason.
Yeah, I was just going through... That's where I got up to, I think, is when they're on the run again from Jacques Lefleur. And they go into the forest. Yeah, the doctor comes... We called out the doctor. The doctor's a pretty huge guy.
Yeah, he comes in, though.
So the doctor basically... Like, he's, like, chummy with Jacques at the start. But, like, the doctor's kind of... He's kind of against killing poor old Harry
Bigfoot.
In the end.
Yeah.
But Jacques Lefleur, like, he wants that kill. And so they...
The whole town has sort of been called off.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want people killing it now.
Yeah.
After we just, started this huge hunt for it.
Exactly.
And then, I think it sort of appeals to everyone's sort of sense of compassion. They just don't want to kill anymore. There's a big scene where George Henderson is drawing pictures. He works in the ammunition store. And obviously everyone's stocking up on ammunition to buy...
buying guns and ammunition to try and hunt for Bigfoot, basically.
Yeah. And he has to do, like, the advertisements.
Yeah.
So he tries to sort of draw him in a
mean-spirited way, because that's what his boss wants from him.
Yeah.
But then he can't do it, so he draws a gentle one and gives it to his boss. which is also his dad. And then his dad kind of...
defaces
it and makes it scary again.
Yeah.
And,
so he quits, he leaves.
Yeah, he quits his job.
He does.
And so, basically the whole film is just George getting to... It's basically a love story between George Henderson and his family and a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of fall in love with the thing. Like, it's a peaceful creature.
Yeah.
They kind of...
I feel like it's sort of stumbled into the city. We've brought it in here.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's really confused by everything that's going on. And people are just going to prod at it and poke it.
Yeah, he knows what's going to happen.
In the movie.
Yeah.
It's just going to start hating humans, so they need to sort of protect it. But
anyway, so they basically get
again.
driven out of the city again by Jacques Lefleur. Like, he's chased them, and they're going into the woods. And Jacques Lefleur comes along. His theme song plays, which I'm pretty sure is just Jacques Lefleur, Jacques Lefleur, scary Frenchman, Jacques Lefleur. That's I'm not sure. That's not really in the film, but
he was on the right.
And then
when he mimics siren to clear the freeway.
Yep, we went through that, I think.
Yep.
And then I think what happens? Okay, so Jacques Lefleur is like driving up to them. And little fucking fuckboy Ernie sees them coming up and decides to warn everyone. And so, George has to kind of, push Harry away and say, go into the forest, you need to live without us.
Yeah.
But Harry just doesn't want to go away.
Harry does not want to leave.
And in some, bizarre fashion, fucking George just, gives him a haymaker. Just, punches the Yeti in the face. Just get out of here! Just out of nowhere, just fucking wallops him. And then Harry gets the message, and then,
not even. He walks a few meters and then he looks
I think
back
he got the
and
message when he got punched in the face.
But he's like, why did you...
Yeah, he was like, you can tell
turns
it's
around
we'd formed this huge relationship and
that was
you just
rude.
come out of nowhere and fucking giving me a right hook. But
I thought it was a very odd choice.
I thought it was out of tone with the rest of the film, and I really don't know why they decided
Mr.
to.
Henderson's a kind man. He spent all this time defending Bigfoot, and then he just punches the.
Yeah, which just wasn't in line with his character either, really.
Yeah.
But anyway, he delivers a fucking.
He apparently did
fat
what he
roll.
had to do. So
and Harry kind of walks away. He gets the message. But then he kind of realizes that they've done it to save him.
Yeah.
And Jacques is following the tracks. Jacques Lefleur.
So George Lefleur. George Henderson follows Harry and sort of is like, sorry. And then Jacques catches up to them. And then it's Harry v Frenchie.
Nasty Jacques.
But they got to have a smash. And as Dowser has said, I've got a quote here. Jacques goes for nurries.
Yeah, Jacques, he runs out of ammo. And so he's kind of in this, tussle with Bigfoot. And his gun... No, he's lost his gun. His gun's, a bit far away from him. So he's in this tussle with Bigfoot. And he just delivers him, a huge kick to the nuts.
Yeah.
And,
just, launches up there. And to start with, you don't think it really affects him.
Yeah, it doesn't think it affects him. And then he just starts screaming.
Yeah.
Wailing.
He's like, he must have something up there.
Yeah. Anyway, eventually, obviously, Harry overpowers, a tiny Frenchman.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jacques really thought he could do without his gun.
Yeah.
But...
he starts complaining and moaning and whining, and he's like, please don't let it kill me. He's like, you were just about to kill it. He's literally just about to kill Big Harry Henderson as soon as he had a chance. And he had previously, just 10 seconds before, kicked him right in the what would presumably be nurries. And now he's begging to be not killed by Harry Henderson.
He's just like, don't do it. I'm a Frenchman. Don't shoot. Don't
Please,
kill.
Mercy.
I surrender.
Yeah, I surrender. White flag.
And then Harry kind of just nurtures him, really. Harry's just like, I'm not a mean-spirited thing. And so John Lithgow finds it. I keep on saying George Henderson finds it. George Henderson finds the Frenchman and he goes I fucking hate you little murderous Frenchman trying to kill my Bigfoot friend. And so he slams him up against the car and is slamming his head up against the car. And then eventually a hand comes out of nowhere to kind of cushion the blow of the Frenchman's head. And who would you think it is, Joe?
It's Harry Henderson.
It's Harry B. Henderson.
It's
I've
Harry
given it a
B.
middle name of it.
Harry P. Jordan Henderson.
So basically, the moral of the story is just like Harry's just like this incredible, like non-violent Bigfoot, and everyone's just kind of got the wrong idea about Bigfoot, and he's really just this peaceful creature, and that becomes part of a family, and
they have a proper goodbye, like E.T. style, with the whole family of Bigfoots.
And then there's a family of Bigfoot that comes out of nowhere. Oh my gosh!
Multiplied. But obviously not been present during the film for some reason.
I really urge everyone to watch this film. It is truly classic. Quite bizarre. Yeah. Like it's even worth it just for like the shitty costume itself of the Sasquatch. It's just
the face and the man. It's an enjoyable film.
It was. It went for 2 hours, which was weird. I feel like they could have achieved more in 90 minutes. 9 minutes. Yeah, it wasn't really a 2-hour slog. Like, we just went to see, like, A Quiet Place, and that went for, like, 2 hours. That went for shorter than that film, actually. Yeah, I think that was a 90-minute film.
Yeah, that was
but apparently,
very well summed up, though.
Apparently, Harry and the Hendersons warrants 2 hours.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to take away from the film, though. But, like, you could only make this film in the 90s. Yeah. Like, they just don't make films like this anymore.
I don't, like you said before, I don't know who the target audience is.
Yeah, because there's, like, swearing in the film, but it's also, like, kind of like a children's film.
Yeah.
And so, it's not really a comedy either. Like, it's kind of funny, but the only reason it's funny is just because of, like, how fucking weird Bigfoot is. Like, just how strange he looks and, like, the shit he does.
It wouldn't be
and his
funny
smile.
Now.
Yeah. And Jacques Lefleur is pretty funny as well, actually.
Yeah.
He was actually probably my favourite part of the whole film.
Yeah, he
was sneaky Frenchman Jacques Lefleur.
So sneaky. He was just like a sneak.
Yeah, it was a bit of a peeping Tom.
Yeah. It popped out of nowhere.
Anyway, we've gone like way over 3 minutes, but I can edit this in. But now we're basically just talking about the film, so we can just continue. I want to see that. Is there anything else in our notes that was kind of like out of the ordinary that I can kind of remember? Because there was some weird shit that I think we've like forgotten about.
There was a bit.
Oh yeah, I thought it was weird. Scene. Do you know what I thought was weird? Sorry, you can go next. But I thought it was weird when Irene was in the house and like Harry had just like fucked the whole thing up. Yeah, like it just smashed it. And like then she was just
ask what happened to.
No, she assumed that Harry and his wife had a fight. And, like, there was just, like, shit was just, like, all over the place, like, smashed up, like, floorboards, like, fallen in. And she just said, like, this is nothing. Which makes me think Irene was maybe a victim of, like, domestic abuse or something. Yeah, she said, this is nothing. And, like, it was literally, like, the most trashed house I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Which makes you think, like, how are her and her husband fighting?
I don't want to know much
Actually, her husband was never in the film either. Yeah. You never saw her husband. I think there was something else going on there, mate.
Yeah, Irene. That's a strange backstory.
I feel they're alluding to something Irene. Maybe that's why Irene's such a bitch. Maybe she's not a bitch, Joe. Maybe she's just had a hard time in a hard relationship.
It would explain why she's always out of the house. She's
exactly.
Always at the Hendersons' house.
Wow.
For no reason, and it's like not even like they want her there. They don't even like invite her ever. She just pops out.
She does.
The onty time they ever really needed her there...
Very strange character.
Was when she had their dog, because she walked it.
Yeah.
She walks people's dogs.
She's like a dog walker. She doesn't have a job, but she's in this house with like... But there's never a husband. I don't know what he does.
Irene is a different story.
There's more there than than what people think.
One we didn't go over was when he was trying to get Bigfoot in the car, they were going to go sell him off. George for some reason thought he could get lots of money. George wants to sell out, moral ethics or whatever.
A lot of morality and ethics.
And then we got small violent boys upset about getting rid of Bigfoot / Harry.
We never really go into like how just unfazed like they all are by the Bigfoot when they first see it as well. Yeah. Like when the teenager first sees Harry, she just like starts yelling at him for like eating her corsage.
Yeah.
And it's like bizarre because like any sane person just be like, what the fuck is a Bigfoot about? Yeah.
Just be...
But I think they're going for that like classic like wrath of a teenage girl. Like, don't mess with a teenage girl's corsage. She'll get mad at you. It doesn't matter who it is. They're ruthless.
Yeah.
What were we saying about Ernie as well? About how fucking violent he was.
Yeah, he's extremely violent. But he's also very compassionate towards
Harry. Oh, in the end he is.
Yeah. When they try and take him into the car, he like lures him in with the fish burgers.
Yeah.
And they like go and have this huge talk about things, and like inevitably, like Sasquatch gets out of the car. I don't understand how they thought they could keep the Sasquatch in the car after seeing him just like burst through half the house.
Yeah, like he knew how to open doors as well. Like it was pretty bizarre actually. Like,
and then they were like real surprised, and that's how he like got away. And he saw those. He raided someone's fridge.
Yeah.
Then,
he raided another neighbour's fridge, and she thought it was a bug.
At it again. Yeah.
Or like a raccoon or something, and she comes with a folded newspaper, which really fucking hurts Harry for some reason. Like, she doesn't hit him very hard, and she hits him on the foot.
Yeah, on the
and he just fucking screams. And he's in pain. Like bigger feet, surely higher pain tolerance, right?
Yeah. There was another really weird bit when he George goes to the library, and there's a strange goth-looking.
Oh yeah, the librarian.
Really rude to him.
Yeah.
He asked for books about Bigfoot, and she says maybe try the children's section.
Yeah, she goes, go to the children's section, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Fucking Bigfoot loser.
Stupid idiot, man. Like.
On a real though, is Bigfoot out there, Joe?
Oh man, Bigfoot. It feels the same as dragons. Yeah, this is too much made up shit to not be real. Like it's got to be.
Have you seen like the like like there was like footage in like the 90s of like a supposed Bigfoot sighting, and like this dude just swear he saw Bigfoot, and like the footage was hell grainy as fuck, and like they investigated him, like they did their research on him, and they found out that he'd rented a like ape suit 2 weeks prior, and he said it had nothing to do with it. It's just another ape suit. Yeah, and like the other dude who he filmed it with admitted it as being false, but like he still claims to this day that he saw the Bigfoot. Then there are plenty of people out there who just still think they've seen Bigfoot.
Yeah, I'm sure with like. Bigfoot in mind, he'd think he'd see Bigfoot everywhere, I don't know, like...
Yeah, with, like, the cameras they have today as well, like, everything's being filmed, like, all the time, but the only footage they still have of Bigfoot is just this, like, grainy fucking, like, grey thing. Like, it's...
On, like,
yeah.
Digital camera from 2005.
That's really been big, I think, for, like, just, like all things like that, like, mythical creatures, like, aliens and stuff like that, where people think they're real. Because, like, just the way cameras are nowadays, no one really anticipated that.
We were funny.
Yeah.
I remember when my dad got an iPhone 3, and I was like, holy hell, you can just have, like, touch screen, like, in your pocket, and just got, like, this crazy camera on it, and, like, I don't know, it's just... so funny how.
Do you know what? I swear this day I had the idea for the iPhone. When I was a kid, I remember seeing someone's iPod. I was just like, they should turn this shit into a mobile phone.
Yeah, just like the whole thing.
I know. I probably wasn't the only one, but I feel like I sent like a universal message out there to Steve Jobs, and he just kind of
he picked it up.
Locked in on it.
Yeah, he has those wavelengths.
He was a very spiritual guy, apparently.
Yeah, I think he is more scientific. He just claimed spirituality, and he did weird scientist shit.
He channeled in.
Brainwaves.
Mate, well, I guess like with this whole like security thing going on, maybe everyone just has been watching us for, years and years, and like Steve Jobs did have a camera on me, and he was like, "Hey, this kid's onto something with this iPhone idea."
I wouldn't be surprised because
I think I'm owed some money.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you can't ask him now, but
I mean, everyone always goes on about how he's just some sort of like miraculous genius thinker. But really, I came up with the idea of the iPhone, you know what I mean?
I actually the brains
Yeah. I mean, anyone could have had that idea. I guess he did put it into practice, which may be a little harder. I don't know.
It's just the money aspect,
He got some investment. Yeah, he was the founder of like DreamWorks, I'm pretty sure. Or like one of those... So like the first Toy Story, was that DreamWorks or was that... Pixar. No, Pixar. Yeah, he founded Pixar.
Really?
Because he actually got fired from Apple, because he invented the Mac, and then I'm pretty sure like Apple like let go of him because like some reason I don't know, and then he went and like founded Pixar and created Pixar, and like Toy Story did hell well.
Hefty.
And then I think he designed something else and Apple took him back or whatever, but he got like fired from his own company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah. I've seen things like that happen. I mean, I guess on TV and like shows and shit, but like I've like heard of it, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't.
Like, how do you find a company
in
and
reality,
then
let yourself get to a position where people are
like you're at the top?
you, like,
yeah, maybe that's like maybe shareholders or something, but
yeah,
like pressure on that. But like I don't know.
or even just like the pressure of like running the whole company. Just like it gets too big, you give the responsibility to someone else, and then they realize, hey, I've got more responsibility than you do.
Yeah.
And they can sort of all opt together to sort of vote you out. But I don't know, situations like that are pretty fucked.
Yeah.
I think you sort of have to put in some sort of stronghold to secure your company and that.
I think so.
Way.
I don't know. Maybe we were wrong and he didn't. I'm not sure.
But
I'm pretty sure he did when he either left Apple or got fired from Apple and then found Pixar and was just pretty sure he also wrote Toy Story as well.
I thought it was John Lasseter.
I'm joking. But he did I
see.
I think he did
funny.
It was like the technology behind the animation, I think.
Yeah.
Was what he was a part of. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Steve Jobs.
Anyway, I think we
digressed.
I don't know how we got to Steve Jobs. How long have we been going for? Fuck, 35 minutes. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
About half of that was about Harry and the Hendersons, and I think actually maybe 3/4 was Harry and the Hendersons, and a quarter that was us talking about Steve Jobs. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's the full episode of Full Potty Cast. I think I'm gonna try and edit. I'm gonna edit a version of this for my assignment.
Yeah.
And then edit a nice like 20-minute version or something just for us.
Yeah.
And just so we can listen back and just listen to us being idiots, basically.
That'd be nice.
For half an hour. But yeah, that was.
Be really
I guess this is Full Podcast signing off. That was fun. We had a lot of fun. I hope our 3 listeners out there had fun as well. Being me, you, and
whoever we show this to.
Whoever we show it to.
Right now.
I don't think I really want to show it to like my family or anything.
No, not
So yeah, maybe like.
I don't understand.
Maybe there's someone out there. Maybe there's a Bigfoot out there.
There could be.